Plaintiff Vera Thompson says the defendant was married to her son for 15 years. And she believes the defendant was having an affair with her current husband, who's with the defendant in court, while she was still married to Vera's son. Vera's suing her former daughter-in-law for an unpaid loan. Defendant Dawn DeRosa says Vera's son was in a band, and Dawn left him due to his drug and alcohol abuse. Dawn claims Vera enabled her son's drug use by paying off his debts to his drug dealer. And Dawn insists she's paid off her portion of the loan.
Start with you.
She's my ex-daughter-in-law, but more than that, she was like a daughter to me. And she's just not the same. I now believe that she was having an affair before she divorced my son.
Does your son believe that?
He's said he thinks so to me.
Where do you get the impression? You said you believe
Well, because he was moved in before the divorce papers were dry.
Okay.
Okay.
And
she is married to him now.
What years were they married?
They were married for 15 years.
What years? Time frame?
Until 2010, they got the divorce.
Oh, right. Go ahead.
Okay. She's married to him now. He's an alcoholic. He's been in rehab.
How do you know all that?
Because I've looked
That's
it up.
her new husband, right?
Yes, I've looked it up because I've got two granddaughters
That lives under his roof?
that live under the same roof.
Where did you find it? You say you looked it up where?
On the internet. It was just there. He's got DWIs, and above that...
Ma'am, I'm going to stop you. I'm not going to let you talk about the man. Is this him sitting here, ma'am? Is this your husband sitting?
Yes.
I'm not going to let you do that. That's totally irrelevant. And he is not a litigant in this case. I'm not going to allow you to talk about his character like that. That's not appropriate. So what do you want to tell me about your former daughter-in-law?
Well,
Other than you believe she was cheating while she was married to your son.
It's just that it's totally left me hurt and like she's lied to me about a lot of things.
During the marriage or since then as well?
Since then, I found out that there's been a lot of lies.
Okay. How about your grandchildren? Are they safe and sound and doing well?
No.
What's the problem?
My youngest granddaughter has been verbally abused by him, and so she found it.
I want to know about her, ma'am.
Okay. Well, she found a way out. She went to the social worker and is no longer in the home.
Who does she live with now?
She's living with a friend.
How old is she?
She's 16. She's going to be 17 this month.
How long ago did she move?
I believe it was about 4 or 5 months ago.
At 16? Mm-hmm. Because she was being yelled at?
Because of the verbal and alcoholic stuff in the home.
All right. How about your other grandchild?
She's 23.
Okay. Ma'am, you want to give me some background here?
Yeah, I was with her son for 23 years. I actually left due to the alcohol abuse, the drug abuse, his rock star lifestyle that he was leading.
What does that mean, rock star? He was a crackhead?
He was in a band, and the band was more important than his family. And come to find out that his mother was basically enabling it by giving money to him to pay off debts for drugs.
Okay. So he was a double rock star.
Yeah.
In the rock band and smoking rocks.
Never saw him actually do it, but I've heard.
Okay. And how do you want to address the allegation that you have your children in a household involving abuse and alcoholism?
Well, my oldest daughter moved back 2 years ago with me.
Okay.
She had left for 1 year, chose to come back to my home with Michael versus going to her father's place. And my youngest didn't like the idea that we were getting married and decided that she wanted to leave. Also, we would not allow her to spend the nights at her boyfriend's house. And so, yes, she did get yelled at because she was being a typical teenager and we had rules.
Okay.
And she has chose to live with the friend rather than her father.
Or a grandmother.
Or her grandmother.
Why do you think that is?
She's living with her friend because she needs to be able to get to work. She doesn't have a car, and
Oh,
she
she's not
can't
in high
drive
school?
from my home or her father's.
She's not in high school?
She's in high school yet, but she hasn't got a car. She's going to be getting a car this next month. She will be moving out to her father's.
So at 16, she lives with
Because
a
she doesn't
friend
wanna be
because
at
she
home.
doesn't have a car? No, I'm talking about a father or you. Most 16-year-olds, they either live with their parent or a grandparent. That's just odd. All right, go ahead. Tell me about the loan.
All right. In 2002, I took out a loan for $15,000 plus fees, so it was over $16,000. In 2003, they paid me $5,000 from their
You took
tax
out the
return.
loan for the both of them?
Right. Shortly after that, they refinanced their home and they needed to pay off medical bills, so they borrowed the $5,000 back. So it was back to where it was. And then, when they got a divorce in 2010, the loan was at $17,082, somewhere in that vicinity. And it says right in the divorce papers that they were both to pay me half the money.
You have that with you? Let's
Yes,
see,
I do.
please. All
My
right.
son has been paying his half. She has not paid me a dime.
Ma'am, what do you say to that?
The reason a dime has not been paid to her is because I had worked at her shop for years, and from 2002 until 2006, when I left her shop, I was working it off. She had told me I had paid off at the time in 2006 $13,000, and I said, well, then he can pay off the other $4,000.
Did you bring that up in divorce court?
Yes, I did.
And
but
what did that judge say?
Well, my attorney had said that with the status of that being for half, they could keep it in litigation for years, and I would not have my divorce. And
Keep it in litigation for years. Why?
Because she felt that I owed it to her.
No, but what procedures could they use to keep it in litigation for years?
That's what my attorney had told me, and she told me that it would prolong me getting the divorce, and I really just wanted the divorce from her
If
son.
you denied owing a debt, she's saying it would keep it in court for years. Just saying, no, I don't owe. I was going to keep it in court for years.
She had told me that it would
Does that
put
make
off
sense
the
to you?
divorce. No, but at the time I just wanted away from him, and I wanted the divorce, and
Okay, that's why you signed it. Yeah, you signed it because you just wanted to get out of it and you wanted to get away from him, but you could have gotten away from him and not sign it. You wanted, I guess, to be disassociated with all of them. She's here today. I don't mean to make fun, man, but you're being a little clever with me here. Wanting to get them out of your life. People do that. I understand that, but it's not a legal defense. And I like to warn people that you don't get people out of your life like that. You have children together, number one. They're not going to ever be out of your life. You have children together until the children, at least this last one, is 18. And that 2 more years, I don't think she's going to even stop then. Are you?
No.
Told you. All right, ma'am, I can't help you. I can grant her the $5,000 maximum, so you're getting off. So don't feel so bad. And if you can get him off the bottle, you'll have a lot more. Just kidding, sir. He doesn't look like an alcoholic, ma'am. This man looks very professional and sophisticated, and you're talking about you're alcoholic. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff, $5,000. All right.
I've got nothing to say to her.
Well, the fact that she needed to bring up my new marriage and my children into this shows her character.
You know, teenagers are teenagers. I'm strict, I'm old school. She didn't like it. So, addressing my character.
No, you should be actually be a father to him before you start trying to tell him what to do.
He has been
No, yeah.
more than your son.
Fine.